Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... There are two types of remakes in media, or at least two main types of them. There are the full-on remakes, which are usually just the director going back again and recreating something that has already been done, either with increased technology or skills, or it's sometimes both. Then there is the reimagining, which is the same core ingredients for the most part, packaged under the same title, and then distributed, you know, usually when the nostalgia factor is at play and sufficient time has passed. Now, I'm not sure which beast we're dealing with here, but what's true for both types of remakes is that very occasionally, or not very occasionally, it happens more often than you would think, if the original version is not famous enough, sometimes the remake can pass as the only version that was ever made in the first place. And that's what we're dealing with today, because that's exactly what I thought about Camp Creek until this week, because I did not realize there was an original version that is not only not as well known as the remake version, but is also unlisted and therefore impossible to find and look into, aside from if somebody involved with the production happens to hand you the links to all 3 videos that were made. Guess what happened this week? So, yes. So to answer this question, piggybacking off what we said last time, Bon asked me this question yesterday, and I said that tomorrow's review, aka today's, would count as an archive video. So there's your answer. Yes, it does. The reason that we're early is because Maya was supposed to be around. And wanted to actually do something after stream because now she has the time and wanted my input for it. So we'll see if she shows up, and then, I don't know, I'll have a guest for the first time in a while. So yeah, we're getting a Camp Creek reaction for the first time in a while, and not in a form that I had expected. So let's go ahead and see if this is if we're dealing with a remake or reimagining, or, you know, how it compares to the original, and also, you know, potentially, you know, what things might be, you know. First time in a while, excuse me. Look, it's been, I say, first time in a few days is what I mean. But, you know, by Gacha review standards, that can count as a while. In any case, before anyone has time to dwell on that one too much, let's go ahead and it seems like we're a similar shot to what was originally here. So without further ado, on with the review.
Hello, International Television. Welcome to Camp Creek.
So International Television was the same name as the television company that was in charge of Camp Creek in the remake, so that's been kept.
For those that don't know how this will work, let me...
Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. She is sliding across, sliding into your DMs like, my goodness.
18 people have signed up and have been chosen to live at this camp for weeks. They'll be divided into 2 teams of 9 and compete in challenges.
Oh, the cat didn't introduce themselves this time. I don't know if we're dealing with Adeline Davis or if the name has changed yet. We'll see.
Each episode, the losing team will have to go to the elimination ceremony and vote off the person they want gone from the game. And, of course...
Okay, so one thing that I've got one drawback already, and one thing I actually prefer in this version. So the drawback is that I think the dialogue is not as potent this time. It's very much summarizing everything without really like adding to the pizzazz that, you know, remake Adeline kind of brought with her. So the fact that it was like slightly rephrased for the purposes of you know, of the remake, the script was changed a little bit, so, you know, that I think works to its advantage in this case. Unlike in my situation where I'm so concerned about canon that every time I remake a video, I keep the script exactly the same, if not adding a couple of scenes in between. Yeah, but the thing I actually prefer in this version is that we have a little bit more, I think I said last time, you know, in terms of establishing shots and other accompanying visuals, we didn't actually have that much. Partly because it was obviously like intended to be in the format of like live TV, so you wouldn't have that necessarily, aside from obviously the use of B-roll. But then again, usually live programs prepare B-roll in advance like this, so it actually still fits. And I like the fact that we don't have the contestants' faces yet, so they've used whichever you know, render they've got going on here, and which would have come across as, you know, just basic silhouettes for the audience, and they get the idea. So even if the dialogue isn't as potent in this version, the accompanying visuals I think are actually stronger in this one.
The person with the most votes will be sent to take the jetpack of shame home.
Oh, this was not kept. Nor was the flames I paused at the wrong time.
In the end, one of the 18 will win the $1 million prize.
Maybe because I was checking on something while it was starting the starting soon screen. Hey, look, it's fine. The stream is early, so I guess I don't think that counts as you being late, to be honest. But anyway, also, I'm glad to know you've been busy with videos. Maybe we'll get to you at some point. We'll see.
I'm Chloe, and this is Camp Creep.
Okay, so we do have a different name for this character rather than Adeline. Okay. Turn volume up better experiences. Haha, no, not on StreamYard, I won't. It's already going to be loud enough for people. If anything, I'll have to turn it down. But anyway. So, we actually have we have a flash warning for a series. That's great when someone remembers to do that. So, yeah. All that you missed was the introduction so far with, a few accompanying visuals that we didn't have before. But if you know the setup, then you can fill in the blanks. Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure if Beanie Girl did the music for this version or not, so I might have to mute this lest I get another copyright claim so soon after the last one. If people didn't see, we actually had the video from yesterday got claimed, but not from the Imagine Dragons song. 2 different tracks got claimed, but not the one that is known internationally. Where's the music even from? This one. This music or the music from from the All Right video. I don't remember. I left the tab open, so I'll have to see what it says on the post. Also, hi Midnight. Okay, this one I recognize from a bunch of other stuff. Nerdy Nate is actually a catchier name than Nate. Ah! Is the exclamation mark. But then again, Summertime Studios, which is what the channel is called now, also makes sense.
Charlotte, welcome to Camp Creep.
Hey! Thanks, Chloe. Let's get the show on the road.
Right, you can go stand over there.
Sure thing.
Okay, so again, like I said before, the dialogue seems to be much more like fast-paced in terms of... So, while it was definitely a hassle in the remake to get through all 18 contestants and their introductions and establish their personalities, I would almost call it a necessary evil. Maybe they could have done a little bit more of a blurb situation, like how some reality shows will have a blurb of some character stats and maybe an introductory phrase from the characters or something. I'm a fashion queen, so I'm going to style on the competition. Something like that, that kind of thing. Simple and to the point. So I think there's definitely a middle ground between, what happened in the remake and, hey, Charlotte, over there, bye. It's like the dialogue from yesterday's video, actually.
Chloe.
The whole series.
Hi. Welcome to camp. What do you think of the place?
Definitely fits the summer camp vibe here, for sure.
That's the spirit. Now go over there.
I think there was actually a character who, Adeline in the remake asked to what they thought of the place, and they paused in that same pose. So there are a couple of details in here where it's for the keen eye, it's a lot closer than you might imagine.
Alrighty.
Mention between About the Dream House. Well, they're inspired by the same source material of Total Drama, so or Total Drama and whichever other fusions the other characters had. So
Our next
Maybe I should
camper
turn the
is
volume up.
Mia.
Wow, this place is amazing.
Is it all your hopes and dreams?
It's beautiful, but my real hopes and dreams are settled on 1,000,000.
Well, good luck with that.
See, this is what I mean. Just simple and to the point, but says a little bit about the character. Clearly impressed by what people seem to think is lackluster, but still sees the beauty within it, but also is very goal centric. And you got that from a couple of lines. That's all you need, really.
Hey, thanks.
Yo, Leo's in the house, dudes.
Yikes.
Yo, it's Rainbow! I had to.
How
I had
many
to.
Red Bulls
I'm
have you
contractually obligated.
drunk?
I don't know, man. Math is not hard for me. But I do know that I drink enough for me to win.
Alright, well then let's
That sounds like a sponsorship to me.
get on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yay!
Is this Camp Creek?
Yes, this is.
I love they at least like Nate remembered to include the boat in the edits, but then but the boat always speeds off so quickly, so it's like almost impossible to acknowledge the fact that the detail was included.
Are you Anne?
Yep. And you're Chloe, correct?
The one and only.
Cool, so when do we start
battery's going
production?
Yo, my battery's
Production?
low!
Yeah,
Let's
and
go!
where's the script?
This is a reality show.
A gacha video with a script? Impossible. I'm kidding. Hold on. It's all tangled. Yeah. Come on. Last thing I need is for the stream to shut down in the middle of it. Again.
Oh. Looks like my big break will come doing something else.
Hey, you never know from the social media followers you'll get from being on this show. You might have you might have your big break soon. I can't believe it's a favorite from ponies. Yeah. He's a favorite Sims Nerdpod. Yeah, exactly. And I do charge before going live. It's just there's just especially like if I go for a bath beforehand, I don't like to leave the computer plugged in, like all bottles are turned off because it just makes the battery even worse than it normally is.
So you all signed up for this place as a reality show too, right?
Pretty much.
Dang, well this is disappointing.
Don't be disappointed. It'll be fun. Just be yourself.
Aw.
I think you meant to say don't be disappointed, not don't be disappointing. Close enough.
Thanks. What's your name?
I'm Leo. How about you?
I'm Anne. Nice to meet you, Leo.
Nice to meet you.
This is another difference that I'm kind of intrigued by. So we haven't met all of the characters yet, but in the remake we had the introduction to all of them. Then they all went off to the areas, and that's when they started interacting for the first time because we had the dorm scene as well. This video is also significantly shorter than the other ones, so you might not might not get like everyone, you know, or maybe we'll get them in a montage or something. I'm not sure. But it's nice to see that, you know, people actually being nice to each other at first rather than, you know, the interactions of, you know, everyone being cramped together and the people who are antagonistic standing out. But yeah, we'll see. Given that it is a shorter video, let's get a guest in here for the first time in a while. Hi, Maya.
Hi. How are you?
I am all right. Charging up, so that's good. But yeah, you haven't missed too much, by the way, because we're still at the introduction of characters.
Okay, and you said this is a reality TV show?
Yes.
Samuel, welcome to the camp.
Thanks, but just call me Sam, bro.
The chat goes
I'm
wild for
Pleasure to
Maya.
meet you, bruh. The name's Sam.
Crystal, welcome.
I can definitely appreciate the commitment to the character voice already.
Hi, Chloe.
Why so blue?
My parents wanted me to get out of the house, and this place isn't my idea of summer break. But it's all good, right?
So I remember that there's this other character who I said had like 3 ears on one side because the hair clips that, you know, basically look the same as a gacha ear. Aside from that very distracting detail, the character was dressed very similar to this one. So I'm guessing that, you know, this is the original version of that character. And yeah, it's the same idea of, you know, she didn't want to be at this place or make any friends or anything. And yet somebody came along and was her first choice of friend, and, you know, things happened. Well, we'll see.
Debbie Downer, are we? Well, why don't you go over there?
Whatever.
He didn't even point. Just go over there.
Hey yo, you looking good. But on a real note, I'm ready to win the million. The boys will be so proud.
Hi, can you
Hopefully
dump
you're
me?
eliminated.
Sheesh, somebody feisty today.
Honestly, he didn't, seem like it was that bad. Aside from the looking good part, but then again, there was a character in the remake who literally went up to Adeline and was like, hey, if you ever fancy dating someone younger. So, comparatively speaking, I feel like that was not too bad.
Now that's an entrance. Bailey, you're excited, aren't ya?
This competition is great practice for my
I actually got into position first before squealing.
physical health.
Yeah, well, we'll be doing a lot of physical challenges,
It's like when you watch a school play and the actors get into like wherever they've been told to stand and then get into character.
but some mental challenges too.
Are you saying I'm not smart?
I
Oh.
never said that.
Because I can do smart stuff too.
Bailey,
You really shouldn't judge someone like that.
listen.
Hmm.
Think.
Okay, I appreciate the attempt at a sassy hair flip, despite the fact that the hair didn't actually flip. But still, the
Limited
gesture
abilities.
was there. That is true, and again, it's something that the remake would pick up on. There's no one does a flip like that, I don't think, but there's still the energy from one of the characters. Again, there are 18 of them, so I forget like all of their names the second they're off camera, but still.
My gosh.
Whatever. I'm just gonna go over there.
Well, she's quite the handful. Welcome, Mason. What do you think?
It's fine.
Interesting cut there. We faded from Chloe talking to Chloe talking, but without ending the sentence. I know that I would like cue biting here, but normally don't cue bite yourself. Usually, anyway. Be taking my contacts out for a walk, Jimmy. Anyway.
But we went in so many circles, I threw up in my mouth so many times.
Well, okay then. Go join the others.
Alright.
Okay, what is happening in the chat now?
I'm so lost.
Oh wait, no, I see. So Midnight first said, "I'm a high school girl. My standards for men are higher than my grades." They say that's concerning. We don't know how higher grades are, so that could be more or less, depends. But then KW replied, "I feel like not looking at the mobile gacha game." So yeah, the response to standards for men is to point out you're looking at the mobile gacha game.
What do you mean your
Specifically
standards
the
for men
mobile
are
one
higher
as
than your
well.
grade, though?
Yeah, no,
What does that even mean?
no, I know one who is on the promotional material for the mobile version of Gacha specifically that isn't on any other version that KW could be referring to at this point. There we go. So now we know the standards bit. I'm more confused about the KW part than I was about the Midnight part, but okay.
Hopefully one of them are cute enough to be my boyfriend.
Oh.
Just said so casually. Kind of sounds like an Eska from Legend of Korra. You are cute. I shall make you mine.
What even is this place?
It's that.
Is he not looking at Zane? Is there a gacha character that's named Zane specifically? With an E?
I was like,
apparently.
this is Minecraft Zane spelled wrong.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing not. I feel like if she meant Afnal Zane, that would have covered conversation at some point before now.
Oh.
Or maybe she just played it really cool while role-playing as Kawaii-chan. I don't know.
We're disappointing, guys. There's the dot.
Island you signed up for?
No! My daddy said it would be a 5-star resort.
Oh.
Looks like you can't believe.
Oh, no, yeah, okay, fair. Yes. So, a different gacha game, not the game called Gacha. I see. The game in the genre of Gacha. That's the actual definition. Now I see. All right, fine. Yes, I do remember that, and I
Wait,
forgot to look
which
at the game
Gacha
itself.
game? Hold up.
I'm yeah. If this happens to be a dating sim, you know that's that qualifies what we were going to do after this.
Okay, but
That's
hold
why we
up.
started early.
Does Miku count as a Gacha game? Project Sekai, is that a Gacha game?
I don't know. Someone more qualified answer that question.
Everything your daddy says.
Shut it, Rudo. I'm definitely not staying here.
Well, you have no choice. Your ride just left.
Yeah, it's always very difficult to
There we go, Jacob.
to pull off you know a reluctant character when they had to have signed up for the competition in some way. And also when, you know, it's an elimination competition, so the easiest way to get out of a place early is to be eliminated. Like just sabotage yourself and then have people vote you out or get, you know, ask them to do so, because that's part of this as well, as voting people out. It's a difficult thing to kind of justify unless someone's like really, you know, compelled to win, but at the same time doesn't want to be there, but also like those two conflicting things. That's the only way I can really, you know, think about that. Yeah. So there you go. It's a dating sim game. All right, fair enough. We'll okay, we're planning to look into that like after stream, because Mike never played a dating sim before, so you know for the sake of an upcoming project of hers, we were going to grant her that experience. So maybe we'll choose this one because we weren't sure which one to actually start her on. So yeah. Yes, you might have said what Zane looks like. I'm sure you did. We have a lot of Discord messages, okay?
Maybe she means right now.
Ugh.
So glad I'm off that boat.
Maybe?
I'm seasick.
Scared of a little water, May?
No, I've just...
Yep, she did. She did
means
she meant
now.
right now.
Mhm.
Okay. So my father hears about that. Yeah, exactly. My daddy said, of course.
Never been...
Now just have an image of Valley Girl Draco Malfoy. Just no one would take us seriously.
Been on a boat before.
Have a protective family?
Something like that.
I mean, I'm not confused. I wasn't confused about, you know, you said that you said that you were, you know, into this particular character who was called Zane from this particular game. There's nothing to be confused about anymore.
Why don't you join the others?
This is the new camp, huh?
Yep. Got a problem with it?
No, not at all. I actually grew up going to summer camps.
That was also a quote from the remake. You know, got a problem with it. I think by this point, Adeline or Chloe in this version was just fed up of people judging the quality of the camp. Which, by the way, the same issue that happened in this version happened in the remake, where we get people reacting to what the camp looks like, but the camp is entirely off screen at this point. That's why the accompanying visuals from earlier, because there was at least something there in terms of B-roll. Both versions need to add a little bit more B-roll into
It's the
this.
mystery. It's our own
the mystery of the camp
imagination.
that everyone already says was that, yeah, theater of the mind, of course. Clearly what was intended. Yes. Characters with you know, several different standards for quality, all judging this thing with its different way. But all right, fine, sure.
So this environment will be pretty easy to adjust to.
Ooh, interesting.
I also play guitar. Want me to play some?
No, I'm good. You can go over there.
So I overstayed my welcome.
I mean, did you bring a guitar with you? Did you ask for one to be on standby?
Alright, time to meet our last 5 campers.
Another thing that the
Nolan.
remake did, you'd say that there were the last 5.
Where we're staying.
Nah, we're actually gonna go to a 5-star resort after everyone gets here.
Okay, aside from the fact that you said 5-star resort instead of 5-star resort, that also happened in the remake.
Sarcasm. Made that up yourself?
I did, thanks.
That wasn't a compliment.
I made it. I wish.
Yeah, sick burn that was difficult to hear. I don't know what he said.
Yeah.
I think it said that was incompetence, but I don't know. It could be something else. By the way, as it turns out, putting images on screen when you've got something voice acted in the background is actually much easier. So here's Zane. He actually does look like My Street Zane.
I've seen that.
Like, he actually does kind of look like him.
What is
Aside
that
from like the
from?
eyes and the lack of mask and the one glove that looks like it's AI generated and didn't fully render. Aside from that, yeah, he looks fairly similar. I don't think it derailed the stream too much because again, I could do it while the video was playing and also while I have guests. Much
I had
easier.
my phone with me so I could take a selfie.
Now it's in the background.
Phone?
It does look. That's what I was. Yeah, exactly. Why is it like a half of a glove? Did he canonically rip part of the fingers of his glove and you just too stubborn to fix it?
My TikTok would be blowing up right now.
Gossip Girl, how goes it?
My TikTok will be blowing up right now. Maybe you want to do that one again when you're
How the
ready.
life of an influencer goes, obviously, Chloe.
You can go spread some gossip to the other campers now.
Sure thing, sister.
Let's meet her.
Why do I get the impression that Sister was written SISTAH in the script, and that was the VA's attempt to make that sound natural?
Last 3 campers.
Hi, Chloe.
Whoa, you are very tall.
I get that.
Really?
What?
Really? Really?
You literally just moved the character up a little. The feet are not on the same
That's
platform.
a good point. That's a good point. Look at his feet. He's not.
The feet are not even on the same platform.
Okay, little gacha tip, everyone. If you want to make a tall character, you can, in fact, change the height of characters in character creation, or alternatively, change the scale of them in the studio mode.
Although that would look kind of
Sometimes-
funny. You just have somebody that's proportionally...
You know what makes this even more interesting? The fact that for a lot of TV programs, what they'll do if there are people with like a significant height difference in scenes, they'll have like one of them either like wear like platform shoes, like Freddy from iCarly, for example, or they'll like stand on a box, or they'll have the taller person actually like crouch down or like bend their knees during the scene to make the the discrepancy not as pronounced. So normally this would be covered up, but the fact is we can see the full image here of how it's clearly been, manipulated to look the exact opposite. So it doesn't quite work here. They're set to height proportions. Yeah, sure, I guess. Hi, welcome back. I saw you earlier.
A lot.
Why don't you go over there so we can introduce the rest of our campers?
All right.
Hi, and welcome to...
Hi!
Look at that. Oh, that was the first time I saw I noticed the static mouth compared to the animated mouth.
Oh my god. Are you Chloe? Is this Camp Creek?
Did you... I mean, you signed up for this, right?
God.
So, I would assume yes.
Well, why don't you go over there so that way we can introduce our last camper?
Anything to get
Yeah, we're running out of time here. We've got to keep this rolling.
this started.
Our last camper is Liam.
Hey, Chloe.
Oh, he kind of looks like Zane as well.
Nice to meet you.
Both of
Guess it
them.
only makes
You're
sense
just
that
like
I'm the
any
last to
emo boy
arrive.
looks like Zane.
well, let's compare, shall we? He's even
That's the vibe
he's
you're
even got
giving.
he's even got the gloves.
Bad luck?
Tell me about it.
Well, let's see if your luck will change.
I doubt it.
Well, those are our 18 campers. We'll be right back after the break.
Hey, it's the creator. Enjoying what you're seeing? Well,
Oh, we had this in the remake as well. A bit of the advertising this to begin with. So, all right.
oh, you can help out in 2 ways for future episodes. 1, in the description below, you can find a link to a form you can fill out to join the production team.
Okay, I was about
there
to
a
say
quack?
that there were no captions here, but yeah, yes, there was a quack when the image appears.
It's
Why
like,
not?
what's that?
That's the kind of thing that William would do.
Team of Camp Creek. 2. You can subscribe. It gives me motivation and it's free. Alright, back to the video.
Say, we miss you, Nate. Wait, is it, did he just like leave completely? I thought he just like handed over creative control. I didn't realize he was gone entirely.
Welcome to Camp Creek. You're home for the next few weeks. Let's get into teams, shall we?
So one thing I'm noticing with this is that, whenever the video fades up, the audio is also fading up at the same time, which is normally fine. But in reality TV shows, they don't usually have the host talking before the cameras start rolling. They usually they use that cued in when they know that they're on the air. So then you don't have to fade the audio up.
I disagree. Love Island. He's
Isn't
talking
Love
and he's
Island
never in the thing.
That's voiceover. That's entirely different.
Alright, everyone run to the forest. There'll be a green and a red map. Whichever one I assign to you will be your team.
Oh, speaking of green, I can see a little bit of the green screen marking on her.
Go!
Was that an
Wait, I thought
actual
he was
Foley
assigning
sound?
Teams to people.
That is what happened in the remake. Everyone just kind of like, got their names called out and they didn't get to pick their team name. That's one thing that Battle of the Dream House has over Camp Creek actually, is that the contestants got to actually, or at least the captains got to choose the team names. They didn't choose very good names, but they were given the choice at least.
Hey, looks like I got up to you.
I don't mind.
Looks like I got up to. Yeah, some of these lines seem like the VAs were just kind of like were told, do it now, do it quickly.
I was never really the athletic type anyway.
You seem down. What's the...
Okay, so instead of having someone say that they caught up, how about we have them actually physically catch up on screen? Show don't tell and all that. Also, I gotta point out the character's back hair seems to be shuffling towards the left a little bit too much, I think.
matter?
Well, I was just gonna say that the hair is curved to a degree and then it's just straight. Like
Yeah.
a rectangle.
Some of these used to be Stellar Chop Sway singers. Wake up! Grab put a little makeup! Oh, that is a fantastic reference.
Too much of an introvert.
Hey, don't say that. Maybe we'll get something out of it and break out of your shell.
Very unlikely.
Well, I'm Logan.
Cool.
Are you gonna tell me your name?
I just grabbed her by the static hair. I know he was like holding her arm a little bit. Don't be that mean.
I'm Crystal.
I think that was a character's name in the remake. I don't know if it was like the same one. I think
This
it was
guy's
like,
Jason, right?
He said Morgan.
Crystal doesn't seem to like me, but as long as she knows who I am, she won't try to vote me out.
Unless knowing who you are when when she's asked who to vote, who's going to vote out, she says the only name that she remembers. Then it might backfire on you.
I miss my phone.
Your phone? Are you kidding me? Wouldn't you miss something else like your family?
Hey, watch it, big boy. I have over one.
I mean, how else would you contact your family during this time? That would help. Also, there was a character who did miss her phone a lot in the production, but also in the remake was able to use her phone to take a selfie with Adeline at first. So I think she got a phone taken away later. I think that's meant to be this character.
Million on TikTok. My fans need me.
TikTok though? Wouldn't you get tired of the constant thirst traps everywhere?
I mean, that's more of a, content consumption situation. If you're creating TikToks, then you're either the person responsible for said thirst traps or you are doing something else on the app that people are clearly into. So, I don't think that's necessarily the issue at this point. I will say for a lot of people who use one particular social media, they don't normally end up like having time to, consume content, a lot of content on said social media. There are a few exceptions, but still.
Those thirst traps are kind of hot, though, don't you think?
Well, they're thirst traps. They're supposed to be. That's the whole. That's the intention behind them.
Are you that desperate?
No!
I see we're both in the lead, huh?
Like I'm in the lead.
We'll see about that.
Jane's birthday. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I was like I was looking at this comment where Kobe said that she made a cake and sang the birthday song in the game, right? Just like pull a Code Lyoko and just like show a cake to a computer. Anyway, yeah, classic Naruto run. I guess all the characters are sliding like Chloe did at the start of this video.
No way I'm getting beat by a girl.
Do you know where they're
Comes our
going though?
campers now. Bailey,
No way I'm getting beat by a girl runs at like 0.1 times the speed.
Team A. Jaden, Team B. Leo, Team A. Nia, Team B.
I'm sorry, how are some of them running at like breakneck pace and the others are just like casually sauntering, but yet they arrive in like different orders? Did they start from different parts or did some of them just, you know, start jogging and then when they saw, okay, Team B is about to start now, so if I speed up, I will get put in Team B. There we go, Team B.
Or they want to look cool on camera.
In the game we collect stuff to make the cake stuff and decorate it. And was there also an option to sing in the game, or did that we just have to sing into your microphone?
That was too much.
Oh, I was gonna say what's the red line there for, but no, that's a finish line. Makes sense.
Gossip Girl, you're Team A. Blondie, you're Team B. Logan and Crystal are Team A. May and
Wait, hold on. So now she's changing the formation of them? Or is it because they arrive at literally the same frame as each other that they're put on the same team? It's like,
Or she's
like
making couples.
What, based on who runs into the scene together? What is this, a fanfic?
Carlos are
Yes.
Team B.
I will say, I like how most of the designs are like completely different from each other.
That is true. Yeah, I think we pointed out in the remake as well. So clearly that's a skill that was you know, put to good use here as well.
Was way too much running. Sorry, man.
Kai, Team A. Charlotte, you're Team B.
Ooh,
that's
so
gonna get knocked
what
over.
team am I on?
Yeah. What team are we on?
Olive, Team A, and Liam, Team B.
Yeah, I guess they weren't as good a couple as the others, apparently.
Or they're the last pair.
Well, this lot's still running, and I don't think they are.
Oh. But I have no idea.
You sing with the microphone option so he actually hears your voice.
Oh my god!
I was right.
Oh my god!
All right, no, you know what? We're absolutely playing this game after stream.
Oh no!
Yeah. Okay, now if you want to hop into StreamYard after we finish this and guide us through, you'd be very appreciative.
I do need to go in 8 minutes, and then I'll be back in like a half hour.
That was not made clear because that's the usual stream starting time. If I'd known that, I would have actually, you know, given a bit more of a grace time.
I told you I had to bring my sister
You can
at
have
5.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. But then you asked me about. Oh, that's why I said like after the stream. Okay, fair.
me like this.
Yes.
I will file charges.
Chill,
I
girl.
will file charges.
What team am I
Now file your medical bills.
on?
Yeah, can you get on that so that we can...
Horrendous singing is one of the worst forms of torture. Well, tell that to the character that immediately started singing. In the wait, Rachel. Tell it to Rachel in the remake. I remember one of the names.
Start this thing.
Alright. Mason and Ann are both on Team A, while Laura and Nolan are on Team B. Now that we have everyone on the mats, it's time to assign the teams. Team A,
What do you mean assign the teams? You literally just did that. What do you mean? Now that we've assigned the teams, let's assign the teams.
you will be known as the Dangerous Deer.
Oh, the team names.
That's not what she said, though. Okay, and also the Dangerous Deer is a name from the remake as well.
Team B, you will
Oh my god. Okay, when the keyframes don't align. All right then. In all fairness, I have done that before, where if I had to take several characters that didn't all fit on one single keyframe, and then and then had to paste the keyframes the same way. It's tedious, but my goodness, is it noticeable when it's not done correctly.
Be known as the hazardous bears. Deers,
assign
your
the teams,
cabin is
James.
on the left, bears, yours is on the right.
Hello everyone, the name's Jaden.
Hey, I'm Carlos.
I'm Sam. So, what do you think the first challenge will be?
Liam here, and I have no idea. But expect the unexpected.
Yeah, this show's a pro at that. Yeah.
I think he said this show's a pro at that. I can't tell.
These dudes all fit on their super athletic jock vibe. I'll have to get rid of them.
Yes, these teammates of mine. I must dispose of them accordingly.
Hello, campers. I called you all in here to go over some rules and extra info about the game. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce your chef.
I serve and you eat, or else you'll starve to death. Understand?
I am trying to be very intimidating, but actually, all I sound like is that I don't want to be here, which is probably also true, but not the vibe I was trying to get across. Understand?
Thank you, chef. Please do not
Why, hello there.
damage any parts of the island, but I'm pretty sure you all have enough common sense to know that. There are golden key idols hidden all over the map. Each of them will have a purpose. Some will save you from being eliminated, some will give you an extra vote. With all
Some will freeze your mouth for a few frames when it's not one static syllable like the rest of it.
that said, enjoy the rest of your day, and the challenge will begin tomorrow.
Dramatic finish. Have a lovely time. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we get the idea. Inspired by, yeah, obviously. Okay. Well, not quite a newcomer. Someone involved with the production, but yeah. Like how everyone is coming in now after we've just finished. In all fairness, this is normally the time that I start streaming. It's only because I was starting. When I agreed to start early, so we could actually get a head start on this thing before knowing that there was been half an hour grace period. But
You
yeah,
said it was going to be a long stream.
honestly, I thought it was.
This was
Maybe
a
I was-
47-minute. That's not long. That's normal.
No, actually, it's below normal. I was expecting this to go on for much longer, considering that we had a lot to say about the remake, but also the remake was also very long. So I just kind of equated in my mind. Okay, the version that was done before, there'd be a lot more to dissect and talk about than I guess than I guess we kind of really thought about, which I guess means it's time for final thoughts now about this version. So. As somebody who hasn't seen the remake, what did you think of the original?
It's interesting. I'm not sure that I totally get it. It's kind of like I've never seen Total Drama, so.
No, neither I.
Okay, cool.
I get the premise
I
behind
didn't
it.
really know what to expect. I love all the characters though. I love all the designs, which is a hot take because usually I'm like, yeah, everybody looks the same, but people don't actually look the same this time. So.
No, they do not.
Congrats to that, 100%. But yeah, that's about it. I don't really know much about what to expect going forward, or how this might be different to other things.
I mean, fair enough. We've only seen one other total drama structure inspired series other than this one. So yeah, and out of the two of them, this is the one that's the remake version, at least, that got the most acclaim from the people watching alongside us.
Okay.
But yeah, even this version is definitely comparable to that one. Again, as somebody who I have not seen Total Drama Island still, but what I have seen, of course, is the remake. So I can definitely see
Total Drama Island from 2009.
Did you just look it up?
No, I'm asking because my friends like this show, and I think it's Total Drama Island, but it's from 2008, 2009.
It's just because that was a very specific guess, so I thought you might have just
No,
I don't actually know. Maybe.
It's a YouTube show, right?
I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it was
Okay, then
Canadian
I'm not thinking of the right thing.
television. Yeah. Yeah.
I
all
did
right,
just look it up. It's from 2007.
Oh, you were close. I think it actually. I think it ran for a decent amount of time. So I'm guessing. I'm guessing it was still going in 2009. Because I think it's supposed to be a spoof on like reality shows and like competitions and such, in animated form,
Yeah.
with a apparently demented host, which is not the impression that we get from either Chloe nor Adeline this time. They're a bit more they're a bit more chill, at least to begin with, or maybe that's partly because that's how they lure them in. Maybe they're gonna get more psychopathic later or something. I don't actually know. We'll see.
Okay, I will be back in. Like, I can technically join in the car, but I wouldn't join while you're streaming.
Well, I mean, this is for your benefit and experience. So either you'll be the one playing the dating sim in the first place,
I'm just
or
saying that I can join when you're done streaming.
okay, fair enough. We'll swap KW out for you now.
Hi!
You in the live chat. Any final thoughts on this?
Really love the designs. Very, very interesting story. Not gonna lie, I kind of forgot what was happening a lot of the time because, I was typing in chat a lot. But I like the edits.
Yeah, you certainly were.
The edits were really, really nice. I like some of the edits. Cons, too short. I don't know.
I mean, I guess the remake solved that problem. And then some.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's definitely some sort of middle ground between the pacing in this original version and the pacing of the remake, where the remake, really like super long by comparison, longer than I imagine an average total drama episode to be. This one kind of was, got all the pieces together, but did so in a very quick fashion. And I can see why they prioritize certain characters and interactions over others. That's probably the best way to go about this. It does make one suspect that maybe those characters might end up being eliminated soon, or they're going to be important for the rest of the series, and that's why they were chosen to give priority to. Then again, with both Camp Creek and Battle for Dreamhouse, the eliminations don't occur very quickly in either case, possibly so we get more mileage out of the existing characters before we have to get rid of one of them. But yeah, it's one of those drawbacks at the start of these series where, again, I literally just rewatched the remake before the original, and I'd already forgotten most of the characters' names by the time that I got to the original. With the exception of Adeline, who of course had her name changed. I remember concepts behind some of them, like the one who really misses her phone, who already has a million followers on TikTok, and therefore probably is not going to get as much of a boost comparatively as everyone else in this in the show. But hey, as long as she was able to announce that she was going to be a part of this, I'm sure that there's a little bit of cross promotion between the two. I'm sure that the follower count won't be affected too much in the negatives. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, but the designs people have already talked about, and I also said that there are certain moments in this one where the characterization really shines through, whether it's because of the particular the vocal performance of the characters, but most of the time it's the writing in here. Every now and then it stops being very it's a very get to this point, and it allows a little bit of a little bit of extra breathing room. There's just the right amount of grace to state what the characters are kind of about. Yeah. Then again, some of the vocal performances in this, people definitely seem like they were rushing to get to the end of their lines as well, much like the script. So maybe it was all, kind
some of the lines were really quiet. I was like, huh? I can't hear it. Speak up, Shy Ronnie, as Bond would say in the chat, because of the video.
Yeah, exactly. The chop suey version.
Yeah.
Those moments are few and far between, but they definitely stood out when they happened. And that's usually that's usually a thing that the director would catch on to if the director weren't obviously also in the editing process, making everything flow that way anyway. So I guess it was a lose-lose situation in that case. But I don't know.
Yeah. He definitely, yeah.
I did see that some people, while the person said here, some of the VAs are non-English speakers, which that is a complicated thing that happens sometimes, but usually the implication is that they know is that they speak enough English to be confident in voicing a character in English, but also that becomes up to the director again to make sure that what they're doing comes across, because if they're not able to visualize like how it's all supposed to go together, like most actors aren't in that situation, it's up to the director to step in then and kind of like coach people. That's why a lot of the time, if anyone's seen Sea Dog VA's voice actor reviews bad voice acting series, most of the time he points out that the director should have stepped in before something ended up reaching the airwaves or the game release or whatever it's involved in, and it's usually because of production issues that things end up seeping through the cracks. So and yes, we do plan to review future episodes. As again, I thought I would split these up a bit more evenly, and I didn't realize. But yeah, if you want to help provide insight and such, we absolutely love creator commentary alongside or your cast commentary or whatever it may be for these videos.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't end up being too spoilery and it's all about like the episode specifically, then we're obviously down for that. I don't know if I have your contacts, but next time I plan to do one of these, I will try to remember to message MarioPants first and then get you. I might not remember your name actually. Maybe you know what? Find me on Discord. Add me on Discord, and I will Well, and I'll get back to you next week, because normally on Gacha we do like a big for the sake of being fair to everyone. I usually wait like at least a week between videos made by the same person or on the same channel, so I can get through like a cycle of others, so I don't get too obsessed with say like a Pop series or Alpha Sisters or whatever it might be,
or the Sunny U project when it comes out.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's going to be coming out, all at once with like multiple videos in one single release. So...
No. I'm still working on the audio stuff, and so like I'm just putting it up together, and then I'm going to decide like how am I going to upload? Like, do I upload by chapter or not? I just want to at least put all the audio files together at least, so I have them all in one place, and so it's done. It's just compiled and everything. Which,
I mean, yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah. And of course, any music and stuff. So, yeah.
All things considered, if you have a good like specific audio editing program, you could probably do most of the edits you would need to in that program before even getting any sort of visuals involved, whatever they may be.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
Depends.
Yeah,
depends.
Really, it all depends.
Yeah, exactly. If by the way, if I forget to message you or MarioPants about this, and you happen to like catch the stream as it's going on, just remind me, and then I'll send in a link in the chat so you can join. But yeah, I think that's probably it in terms of things right here. As far as like which version remake or reimagining this falls into, this definitely seems more like a remake, but with like a few elements that have been that have been either like added or restructured a bit, like the dialogue, which I said definitely was better in the remake versus here, despite the whole pacing thing. So to no one's surprise, the remake is the improved version. But hey, there are some things in here, like the B-roll, for example, and the fact that most of them seem to get along with each other. That definitely that maybe should come into play again, as well as all the other stuff I mentioned in the other remakes. But hey, we'll see what happens with it seems like Summertime Studios are probably still have been working all the summertime on the next one, I think, and that's all up. And MarioPants is now in charge of production of it. So, it's all to be decided. But then again, we'll come back to the initial Nate era at some other stage. So for now, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. And subscribe if you've done this already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.
Bye bye.
To be continued.